How's it going, everybody? My name is Dushan Williams, and today we're going to be going over the Skullcandy Crusher wireless headphones and why these may be a perfect fit for you. So I just want to say I actually did own the older pair of these. They were the non-wireless ones, I believe. I don't remember if they were wireless. It was like a long time ago, but they were like $100. They had like an older design. It didn't really look all good, and the crushing bass that was advertised on it was more just kind of shaking at the headphone cup and didn't really add anything meaningful to the sound. And ultimately I actually took it back in favor for another headset because it just couldn't deliver what I was looking for at the time. This time, this is the second pair, and I'm willing to give it another shot, mainly because I was actually able to get these a little bit cheaper. These actually start about $150, $180 depending on where you find it, so you could be lucky, could not be. But I wanted to kind of give this another shot. Like, I wanted to see if the new crushing wireless were better than the old ones, and are these something that could be a good recommendation for people. One thing I do want to say is that you see I am using a different mic. I'm not using the mic that's behind me, just because I'm actually testing this mic out. I'm testing a lot of different mics, and this one I'm going to be doing a video on. So for this video, I'm not going to edit the audio in post. I'm actually going to have the audio here raw, and I want you to comment down below and let me know what you feel, or how does the sound of this microphone is. I really do want user opinion and stuff to kind of come to a better conclusion and say if this might be a good solution for people out there. This microphone is actually at a great price right now. So first, I'll kind of talk about the unboxing. It really wasn't, too spectacular or anything. When you kind of open the box, you're kind of greeted with the accessories and the starter kit first. The accessories are pretty much the cable, the cells, the cable for the 3.5, and the cable for charging the headphones. Outside of that, you get the carrying case, which is something I'm going to talk a little bit more later on in the video, and of course the headphones themselves. Nothing too special, so it's really just kind of like, well, once you actually have the headphones in your hand, how do you feel? Well, for me, the headphones, just touching them, feel very comfortable. The cups on the headphones are really soft, they're really cushiony, they kind of really almost kind of like press and release, kind of nice feeling when you kind of grab onto them. And the build quality of the headphones themselves actually feels really good. It feels like it is kind of a more expensive, more exquisite headphones, and the white color that I got right here with the beige actually looks really nice. Probably some people, they couldn't see the logo, probably think they're more high-end headphones or more nicer minimalistic headphones that people like. So there's a lot about it that I do like. The headband for these headphones is actually really strong. You're not gonna be breaking these anytime soon, and honestly the hinges for them going in and out haven't really dropped in quality or retraction. And of course you can collapse the headphones into themselves, which is really good for traveling and everything. So like, there's actually, when I give like kind of like a good overall quality of how these felt, especially compared to the last ones, this is like a definitely more of a closer to a B plus quality over, like, if I had to kind of grade the old ones, they're more of like a C minus kind of thing. There is really a night and day difference in comfort, and there's not too many headphones that I own right now that actually feel very comfortable to wear, at least for me. Of course, it is Bluetooth compatible. My experience with it, I haven't had any issue with the Bluetooth. It works really good around my apartment, works really good around my work desk when I'm at work or anything. So I haven't really, honestly, like, as long as it works in like really confined space through walls, I'm pretty forgiving about if it can't really go pretty good distance. It actually does work really well, and I do feel that the battery life itself is actually pretty long. I don't remember right now on top of my head how long the battery life is, but I haven't had a lot of opportunities that I needed to charge this headset, so that's actually a plus. So at first I did have to try to figure out how to skip songs on here because there isn't a particular button for that, but all you have to do is just hold the plus button to kind of go forward. Just have to hold it until it does, and vice versa, you can hold the minus button if you want to go back a song. So as long as you just hold it, it'll actually go back, but I think you have to do it twice for the minus button to kind of go back a little bit. Also, of course, pausing is just hitting the middle button. I think that works out really well. Like, I don't even have the phone on me, it's somewhere else, and I do like that. It's just kind of easy to hit it. And there you go. Outside the Bluetooth and the wireless capabilities, the main thing that they're trying to sell you with this headphones is, of course, that crushing bass, which is more just kind of vibrating the headset and kind of adding a little bit more bass or maybe more thump to the down bass to the bass or lower end of the song, so that way you have a little bit more fuller experience, at least on the lower end. But when I had the old versions, it just kind of was kind of bad. Like, it was just kind of added noise and stuff, and you didn't really kind of get an appreciation for it. One thing I can say about these is I've actually liked the improvement. There is a lot about the headset that I do like when it comes to like the bass and everything, but the knob itself is also a lot different. The knob itself is kind of more like friction grabbing. I don't know, that's probably not the best way to say it, but there's a lot more friction. You can't just flick it up and down. It's actually a nice smooth kind of, you know, drag, so that way you're just kind of gradually kind of increasing the bass or decreasing it. It works out really nice, really smooth. It hasn't really got caught or anything the many times that I've actually tried it. And you know, just kind of segue on talking about the buttons. The one thing I do really like about this headphones is that the buttons are really big. They are easily distinguishable, and I honestly I feel like a lot of people need to do this. They actually, not only are they big, but they're actually separated in a nice way, so you can easily hit the buttons and know which ones you're hitting. You don't have to really kind of get used to the headphones, kind of figure out where you are. It is something that I really do like. And of course, the last thing I do want to talk about is actually the case for this headset. And the only reason why I'm talking about the case for this is because these are traveling headphones, and you know, you do want to make sure that you protect these, especially if you have this white color and everything. You don't want to get damaged. You also really do want them to come with a case, and I really love the case. The case inside is very soft. You know, it has kind of like a more velvet kind of feel to it. It actually, inside there are pouches in the case for, you know, putting your charging cable and your 3.5mm cable inside. But for me, I've actually used these cases for other headphones, especially another Skullcandy I've been trying out, as well as the FiO A3. So I can actually carry a lot of stuff in here. Of course, it's collapsible and everything, and that all works out really well. But now we get to the point of the video where we talk about who are these headphones for, like who can really enjoy these headphones. And before we kind of get into that, I would like to ask you, if you like the video right now, hit the like button on the bottom, and of course, if you really like the content and how this is kind of going and everything, let's have a partnership and subscribe down below, so that way you can see more videos just like this one. So the number one thing I do want to hit on is, of course, people who like to travel a lot. I do feel that the things that really kind of come out, or that are really good points about these headphones, is they're very comfortable. So if you are a person who wants to have a little bit longer term use, and you know, you're going to be maybe on a plane, you're going to be somewhere, you're really going to like these on your head. There is one thing of caution I will say, that the headphones do kind of put a little bit tighter pressure than some other headphones. So if you don't like too much pressure on your, you know, on your cranium or anything, then you probably maybe not be able to like them as long as other people. But it's not really digging in your ear. They're over ear cups and everything. They're really soft and all that, so it's kind of like, you know, soft feathers kind of pressing on you. But the headband is really strong on this one, so it doesn't like bend out of place or anything, so it kind of stays in that form as it's sitting on your head. So that is one thing of caution. But for me, the way that I've been traveling with it, using it as I've been kind of back and forth to Tampa and some other kind of things, I've actually really like using these headphones. I really do feel like these are good traveling headphones. Another thing I do want to point out too is, like, if you like watching content on your phone or playing games and you want to have that kind of crushing bass experience kind of added to those, these actually work out really good, especially if you're like an action movie lover. I really feel like this is where that crushing bass actually works better than it does for the music part. There's just a lot of stuff, especially with new phones now, where a lot of that content's a lot better. You know, you have Dolby Atmos and kind of like a lot of the Dolby codecs that are kind of running in some of these phones, that you can actually receive kind of like a lot of this information and stuff. And if you can tune it to the way that you can really enjoy the experience of watching that content and everything. So if you do, again, if you're traveling a lot, or you're always on your phone a lot to do other things, these headphones I feel like are going to be a real good option for you in that aspect. And the last thing that I kind of want to say that who will this be good for is, of course, people who are more into heavy bass. Now there is one thing I will say, these headphones are kind of a lot brighter for some content, like the mid-range and the high end are actually a little bit louder than I kind of want to, but I feel like they did that so they can kind of balance it out when the bass goes in. If you are really into EDM, hip hop, if you're into like heavy rock, heavy metal and stuff like that, these headphones work really well for that type of content. They're not really good for like a lot of the classical stuff, or these aren't really the best headphones if you really like more soft, more instrumental, more, you know, kind of just more laid back country stuff. Like these are not the headphones for that. There are a lot of headphones in this price range I feel like work better, but if you are more of a bass enthusiast and you really don't want to get Beats headphones, I would probably really consider these headphones for those needs. Now, before I kind of get into my conclusion, there's a few more considerations that I do want to call out. One of them, and again, is that pressure. I do want to kind of mention it again. These are one of these things you want to go to the store, put them on your head, see if you like how they clamp on and stuff, because they do really stay on your ear. They don't really fall off or anything. You can go, you know, exercise with these and you could be pretty sure that these will stay on, but you know, after maybe like an hour or so, maybe they're not the best things to kind of keep on your head. So I do say that that's probably the only thing that might set you back from purchasing this. And you really have to use the bass in moderation. You really do have to find your sweet spot. That is going to be the number one thing about these headphones, and whether or not you're going to absolutely love them or they're going to be completely trash to you. Because if you can't find that right volume and then that right crank bass, they kind of go together for you and stuff, the headphones is not really going to give you that value of having more like a fuller concert sound. Like, I mean, the whole point of the crushing bass is kind of like more like a rock concert kind of thing, where, you know, you buy the speaker and like speakers actually shaking you while you're hearing everything else. And if you can't really find that balance, these headphones are not going to be your, you know, your best friend. So when you get them, you really got to spend some time with them, actually try out a lot of different music and stuff, see if it hits all the notes for you and stuff, and then consider if you feel like $150 is actually worth it. So my conclusion about these headphones is pretty much they are definitely better than the old ones. As you see here, I actually bought these headphones about 3 months ago, and I've kept them around because they've actually served some kind of purposes. There are times, again, when I come to travel that I really do like using them. The fact that I can still use the cord while still having the benefit of Bluetooth, and honestly, Bluetooth with the crushing bass is probably the best combo when it comes to what setup to use. But with that and a combination of the comfort for me for this headphones, I really do love this headset. This headset right here is my best headset, I would say, when it comes to Skullcandy. These are my number one headset that Skullcandy has put out for me that I've actually tried. Everybody, thank you for watching this video. If you really liked it, please hit the like button, and if you know anybody who's looking for headphones, definitely share this video with them to see if this may be a potential buy for them, as well as don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you can see more content. Also, if you can do me a favor, let me know down in the comments of your opinions about this headphones, and do you like the audio that came out of this mic. With that being said, hopefully everything that you saw today will help you make a better and a more informed decision tomorrow.